Part 1 Sasuke is the biggest fraud of all the Konoha 12.
Yes, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. So Sasuke is built up to be this prodigy of the Uchiha clan. He's the last survivor. He's the he has the highest test scores out of all the rookie 9. He's the best. He's the best of the best of the best. But he loses every fight in part 1 without the interference of Orochimaru. Think about that. He loses every fight. Haku. This is against Haku.
Before he gets the curse mark.
Before he gets the curse mark. And even when he got the curse mark, he was still losing. He lost to Gaara. That's a big one. And then Naruto ended up beating Gaara.
Lose him.
Who else did?
Let him finish, because he already got a few holes on.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. He needed a level 2 curse mark to beat Naruto. It's just bad. And there's a filler arc.
I had to make sure I heard that right. He needed curse mark 2 to beat Naruto, right?
Stage 2 curse mark to beat Naruto with the wings and the gray
skin. Yeah.
Whatever that is, he needed that.
Yeah. No more interruptions. Go ahead, Derry. My fault.
Wait, let me ask him real quick.
I'm gonna get jumped, bro.
Another thing is Sasuke also had to copy Rock Lee's moves and the other people's moves in order to get to the state that he was at before he also.
There's nothing wrong. Listen, Kakashi did that his whole career. There's nothing wrong with
that.
Well, no, what I'm saying is there was nothing really else that Sasuke had. Give or take, Kakashi was known as the copy ninja, but Sasuke didn't have anything. There was nothing natural about him. Pretty much everything he had, he got from someone else. I get that it was a copy thing, but there was nothing unique to Sasuke.
Really, you can say the same with Naruto too.
So go ahead and cook, Derry. I need to finish sharing this. What you cooking? You cooking salmon and sardines and shit?
Go ahead, Derry. He loses all his fights. It's as simple as that. He doesn't win anything. The only fights he wins is against Sound Ninja.
You do know that Sasuke killed Naruto, right? Or there had him on the brink of death. Like, does anybody not remember that tombstone from the top of the statues?
Oh, you're talking about in part 2.
I'm talking about in part 1 when they were fighting.
Or I'm sorry, part 1. Final Valley. My fault. Yeah,
yes. Yeah. When he.
So I don't think you guys remember, but Naruto and Sasuke's first fight was probably episode 3, where Naruto is trying to talk to Sakura and transform into Sasuke, but they have a fight, and essentially Sasuke loses the first fight they have in the entire series. You just add that there.
That's okay. Now you're just grasping at straws. That's not no.
It's a filler episode. Wait, hold on.
Was it filler? Are you sure?
There was a mix in the first 19 episodes of canon and
what he snuck that dude into.
And that was like a chill episode, because if we talking about that, come on now, bro, because Kakashi beat Guy in a lot of different games and whatever, but we all know that Guy was like Kakashi. Come on now.
This is right after Naruto had learned how to do the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and then Sasuke is like this again, and then the only reason why that fight doesn't continue is because Naruto had diarrhea or something like that or whatever. He had to go to the toilet, but before that, he was beating that. Just saying.
The moment you are referring to includes that is a amped Sasuke, because that is
no. He said with the wings, gang. He said with the wings. I know he was amped. But that's not what he said.
Tone, the reason I'm saying this is because me and Derry spoke about it yesterday, and he clarified he more so meant after the amp of coming out of that coffin.
This is the character he's referring to.
He is saying the amp.
The fight is still going on.
But you said he needed this. He didn't necessarily need this. If we're going to sit here and nitpick, if Naruto didn't have Kurama, he would essentially be dead.
Waiting for you to say this. Because I don't like the fact that Jinchuriki get treated as if they have somewhat of an advantage at birth when they have the biggest disadvantage.
That's not what I said, though. You're grasping. I'm grasping. To me, in my opinion, both of this is a little disingenuous, because you say he needed curse mark version 2 to win, but he still won. He won. If anything, he won twice. So I don't necessarily agree with that take. And then you're saying he's the biggest fraud in Konoha 12, as if Tenten doesn't exist, as if Kiba doesn't exist.
Kiba lost every fight.
You know what?
Kiba literally lost every fight he was in. Tenten literally lost. First of all, Tenten was a part of the golden team. Neji, Lee, and Tenten. Tenten's abilities.
That just was Kishimoto.
No, that's not bad writing. That's not bad writing. That's not bad writing. Tenten was a part of an elite group. And if we want to sit there and go through the whole power scaling, she's fast enough to perceive people like Lee and Neji. Listen, Sasuke is nowhere near the biggest fraud here, because he lost an elite character in Lee. He technically was whooping Gar before Gar went through his transformation. What do we mean he's the biggest fraud here?
All I'm saying is his standards are so high compared to anybody else in the
So is Neji a fraud? No, Neji's was the highest. Neji had the highest. Neji's was the highest. Neji was the golden boy.
He won a fight.
Neji lost to
At least
Naruto.
He won a fight.
Neji lost to Naruto. Neji lost to the
bro.
most unlikely character in that tournament. That was remaining in that tournament.
His standards aren't as high as Sasuke.
They didn't even hold on. They didn't even expect Naruto to beat Kiba. Come on, bro. And Kiba lost to Naruto, and Naruto beat Neji.
Naruto is always an underdog.
That's not my point. That's not my point, though. That's not my point.
You said what one? Higher. Neji's standards were definitely higher than Sasuke's.
And Neji had a lot more pressure on him than Sasuke did.
No, hold on.
I will. Sure, I do agree with that part.
The reason I say Neji had a higher standard is because going into the tuning exams, again, Guy held them back so they would be above whatever competition came. That's why they didn't go for it their rookie years. Guy specifically held them back and put them with the rookie 9. And Neji got, again, his first opponent, Neji won a fight, but again, he won a fight against Hinata, who didn't really want to fight him.
He lost to a fart.
And then again, and then Neji lost to Naruto. A Naruto with no summoning jutsu, no Rasengan. Naruto beat him with arguably
he outsmarted a genius.
Don't get me wrong, I see where the fraud is coming from, but within the OG,
all I'm saying in the entire series of part 1, if you compare Neji and Sasuke for sure had higher standards just because of both of their situations. Neji was a side branch member. He wasn't expected to be as much of a genius as he showcased himself to be. Sasuke very much was expected to be that genius. He was expected to be what they promoted Shikamaru to, a chunin during that point. And he doesn't win a lot of his fights, if any, at all. So to showcase how much of a number one class Genin he was.
Sasuke stood behind a lot of hype that basically he pretty much had as for popularity. He was basically the last Uchiha, so pretty much everybody knew about him and basically what happened. He also was pretty much popular with all the girls because all the girls like Sasuke, so they pretty much hyped him up as, oh, that's Sasuke. Everybody knew about Sasuke only because all the girls knew about Sasuke. But truly,
people from other villages too. People from other villages. The Sand knew about him.
That's because he was the last Uchiha.
Why did the Sand know? Why did they know about him?
Because he's the last. There was nothing really good about Sasuke. Sasuke, there was nothing.
They know about him because of what his brother did, bro. That hype is stemming from his brother and Orochimaru.
But that's basically him being an Uchiha.
I disagree, because during the bell test, when Kakashi was testing all 3 of them on them bells, and Kakashi seen Sasuke as a Genin pull out fire-style fireball jutsu, you can search it up and you will see Kakashi's reaction.
Genin are not supposed to know ninjutsu or whatever. He said.
Literally,
what is that got to just said about them knowing about?
But so he knew, but that was one thing that what I was constantly taught in the Uchiha. So of course he had knew that. Kaji was constantly teaching him that, and his dad. But he still didn't live up to everything that basically was there at that time. But like I was saying about Sasuke and everybody knowing about Sasuke, he was kind of behind the hype. But when it actually came time for him to show it, he never showed up. First fight with Rock Lee, he lost it.
He never showed up.
And then wait.
He did not show up.
Pause.
But no.
Let him finish, because he cooking hot garb like Derry was. Let him finish too.
No. That's why I'm trying to make sure I don't forget certain points. That's why I had to process. Go ahead, YZ. What's the next one?
Because even when it was time for him to show up as for Haku and them, he did not show up. He actually literally trembled at one point in time to where Naruto had to kind of pull him back together.
Pause. With Haku, I want you to remember.
Oh, he was even impaled anyways.
Kakashi himself even said, I don't know if I'm stronger than Haku. Haku was stronger than Zabuza. That is a Jonin class ninja, a S rank ninja in the bingo book, and Haku was stronger than that. I don't expect. Why would anybody expect Sasuke to win that?
And mind you, Sasuke was cooking.
No, not even. I'm saying even if Sasuke wasn't
cooking,
Sasuke was a new Genin. Sasuke was a new rank Genin, while Haku was strong enough to pass as a Anbu ninja. Sasuke was not supposed to do anything to that man. They were in classes.
You still got to go back to before that when that Sasuke had froze and Naruto ended up doing something before him.
Sure.
I'm remembering correctly. In one part of the fight, Naruto or somebody had to end up saying something to him because Sasuke froze. And it was just like
Naruto was the first one to freeze.
He did. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Naruto is the
It's
reason.
not, we're not talking about Naruto though. We're saying Sasuke, who's supposed to live up to the hype of
But
everything.
you do realize that the only reason that Sasuke was impaled in that fight was because of Naruto. So we gotta talk about Naruto because Naruto was the reason Sasuke had to jump in to protect Naruto. He had to, and then that awakened Naruto. That awakened something in Naruto. That yes, do you want me to show you?
That's what happened. I'm not. That's definitely what happened. Sasuke.
That is what happened, but we're not comparing Sasuke with Naruto.
Naruto was not supposed to jump in the mirrors. Sasuke was the only one.
Right.
Naruto was supposed to break the mirror from the outside
and
to help Sasuke.
Is literally, and Sasuke was literally figuring out Haku's pattern. He was literally perceiving light speed attacks. That is elite. Right there. That is elite. No, and mind you, this is his second time unlocking the Sharingan.
I don't think it's fair to use Haku fight when you remember what Haku actually was. He was stronger than a Jonin class 7.
He was stronger than Oreman Kakashi.
Again, I don't think it's fair to use his fight against Haku as a point to say he didn't live up to the hype.
So let's go.
He's going against Anbu.
So let's go to a different fight. Like the next fight,
Kakashi, but Kakashi said it. He might have been.
I don't remember that.
Kakashi might have.
He was alluding to Naruto. He was saying to Naruto that there are people that are your age that are stronger than me. And that was in the midst of them running into Haku. So he was pretty much alluding to, like, he might not explicitly said, yo, Haku's stronger than me, but he was alluding to the fact that, yo, you gotta understand in this ninja world, this shit get grimy.
Haku is the only in the show we've seen been able to do hand signs with one hand, exclusively one hand. Nobody else was nice like that.
I don't think I understand how fast he was moving in this fight. This is an elite character. Personally, I can't give you that Haku.
Oh, also, that's not true. There are other characters that did that.
With one hand, wave signs with one hand.
Deidara. He needs to eat his detonating clay and weave earth signs to use the detonation.
Like, what did Warner say?
I said Haku was.
He said that Haku was the only person to do.
Oh no, he wasn't.
One-handed.
No. Minato also did it on War too when he lost his arm.
Yeah, I forgot. Well, he youngest. There you go.
What's up, Ox? Definitely youngest for sure.
But so, other than Haku, who did you say? You said Lee? Actually, no. Other than Lee, I'm not gonna say that's a hate on Sasuke because again, Lee is older, more experienced than Sasuke is. So I personally can't give you Lee. Other than Lee, who did Sasuke explicitly lose to, or where does this feeling coming from about Sasuke other than his L to Lee? Because we already got I feel like we can agree that the Haku thing wasn't really fair.
The bar was way too high against. If we're being honest, Gaara, right? Sasuke was already tired after Gaara because when they fought during Chunin exams, he pulled out a single Chidori. It was already known going in that he had a limit to how many Chidoris he can pull. And also he's going against a Jinchuriki who practically was, you could almost consider Gaara a perfect Jinchuriki.
I can say by that point when it got to Gaara, I don't even think that counts by that point because that's when it starts leading into the final valley. And like I said, during that time, he did not show up. And then after that, that's when they went into the forest and they basically had to fight the Sound Ninja. Sasuke once again did not show up. Even though Orochimaru had showed up by that time before then, Sasuke did not show up like he was supposed to.
Wait, what do you mean by show up?
Specifically, wait, which Sound Ninja in the forest?
Let me just pull it up in case.
The forest of Death Star?
I don't recall him fighting any Sound.
And I don't recall him. He didn't fight them until he got bit. And when he got bit, he dismantled them. He dismantled them, so.
Can you clarify which Sound?
These are the Sound Ninja that he fought, and this is the guy. The one he broke his arm.
Zaku, I think his name is Zaku.
The mummy one.
The mummy one's Dosu.
Dosu saw me balling out and literally said, "Hey, I will give you my scroll. Please just let me leave." That man was terrified. Sasuke had him literally scared out of his mind. If Sakura didn't stop Sasuke was about to commit an AOT level of brutality.
The Haku thing, we discussed unfair. The Rock Lee thing, Rock Lee is also an anomaly. Rock Lee was also boxing with a Jinchuriki who nobody wanted to fight, and never won. And then we have before we even got to that part of the tuning exam, like the fighting part of the tuning exams, Sasuke was boxing with Orochimaru where Naruto was scared. I know it's not about Naruto or not, but I'm just saying Sasuke had a lot on his back. He's carrying that sorry team, to be honest. He's carrying that sorry team.
Sasuke was definitely
No. I'm not saying that Sasuke wasn't scared either. I'm just saying they both had their moments in that, but Sasuke was carrying, to be honest, a sorry team. And then he got bit by Orochimaru.
I don't think they were sorry. If anyone, Sakura was probably the sorry one. Naruto and Sasuke
No,
had very good chemistry going into the
Sakura wasn't
exams.
sorry. She just didn't have
I
her
think it was
moments.
just
To be honest, she was the best
Yeah.
chakra control user.
Of course.
Tone, you are.
She didn't know how
correct.
to apply that in
Yeah,
combat.
you're right. She had perfect chakra control, but what does that do for her before Tsunade got to her? It didn't do anything.
Listen,
I don't know Konoha 12. They were just outclassed. I feel like for the Force of Death portion,
They
Like-
100% outclassed.
like all the other teams, all the other teams in Konoha 12, they actually had
They had no bag.
teams that were like actually they can hold their own. I feel like Sasuke being called a fraud is less ingenuous because this man was also blinded by rage, where he couldn't really think cool or think even as well. So and he had some tough opponents too. So
If we break down Sasuke's opponents, I'm
Yeah.
certain all of them might have had a higher bar.
They were
Lee
all
being
elite,
the
bro.
Exception.
He didn't lose to
But
no
then
scrub.
even in Lee's case, when Lee and Sasuke fought, Sasuke verbatim said, ninjutsu and genjutsu, whatever you're doing, I'm gonna see it now. As we know, Lee wasn't doing either one of them. And that's the only
Yeah.
thing Sasuke could see at the time. So he just could not fathom the fact of, wait, this is just straight hands? He couldn't comprehend.
He
what-
underestimated him, and we see that be a thing when people underestimate a character and they end up losing. That's
literally why Neji lost. And
Exactly
we're
why
not
he
throwing the
lost.
same allegations to Neji.
I think Neji.
Like,
I didn't say Neji wasn't a fraud. I said he wasn't compared to Sasuke just because of their standards.
I suppose because Neji was a side branch Hyuga member.
Uh-huh.
But amongst his peers, he was still highly revered. Everybody in the
Yeah,
crowd was
all
on
the-
Neji's
and he-
nuts. They
It took him working for that
But
too.
the
It really
plan-
took him working to overcome that.
Sure, but the Hyuga clan is one of the most well-known clans throughout the entirety of the anime. So in a village, so it's like I can't say that Sasuke is a bigger fraud than Neji. I can't say
all
that
the
Sasuke
features
is
look near
yeah.
about Neji's like marks and all. It was just more of him and his status.
Like, he
Yeah,
not to-
he might not have the expectations, but Neji was him. He's
Neji
outclassed.
was literally him,
I
and
want you
Lee
guys to know
and Lee
that-
hyped up Neji after he fought Sasuke. And Hinata, who's from
And
the
then
main
just,
branch, was not getting as much glaze as Neji
Let
was.
Derek go. Let Derek go.
The reason why I don't want to put too much fraud allegations onto Neji is because Neji has proved himself in part 1 to be very capable in comparison to Sasuke. Granted, like you guys said, Sasuke was shown to have more dangerous opponents just because of, hey, he's the main character. So of course they're gonna showcase that. But Neji dealt with a Jonin level threat in one of the Sound 4 and won. Granted, he almost died, but he killed a Jonin level Sound Ninja 4 member.
I'm calling
Next
Neji
question.
a
This is a
fraud.
question.
No,
Would
I'm
you
not
say
saying Neji's a fraud.
Would you say any of Sasuke's losses was bigger than Neji's loss to Naruto?
That's a good point. Very good point.
Everybody watching, it was like everybody went into that fight thinking there's no way Neji loses. And then not only to lose the fight in general, but to lose the way he did. Again, this is a Naruto with, realistically, let's be honest, no bag. Naruto has shadow clones in a dream.
Literally.
And immense level of chakra, not considering Kurama.
True.
I won't
but
say
he had a
okay,
nice
but
little
I
chunk
was
of
as a
chakra.
kid, come on.
But even including Kurama's chakra is what helped Naruto win the fight. Neji hit that man with 64 palms and shut down his chakra network. And Naruto said, "Hey Kurama, help me undo this real quick."
True, very true.
So what's the verdict? Because I don't think
That's
Sasuke
true.
was a
I don't
fraud.
think Sasuke is a fraud. I don't think he's the biggest fraud. I don't think his L's are fraud worthy.
I'll say 10-10 is a lot worse.
It's-
He had no
It's hard
redemption.
for me to compare them to 10-10
I
and
get what you're saying.
given-
You're talking about the main head,
yeah,
the main
not
name.
even just that, but just like their standards and what they're expected of. I don't expect a lot from Kiba. I don't expect a lot from 10-10. Mainly because we don't know too much about them because we're not following their story like Sasuke,
I get what
and
you're
that's
saying.
not fair.
You're saying more so of you don't feel like Sasuke lived up to the hype. Not necessarily that he's a fraud.
Like, you have
But he
Sasuke and
did.
Naruto are both your title characters, and if you have Naruto winning a lot more of the fights during part 1 of the
The
series,
name
it
is
doesn't really
Naruto. That
seem
don't,
like
that's
much
not
of a rival.
fair. That's not fair.
But-
the name of
but
the anime is
here's the thing, though.
Naruto, not Sasuke and Naruto,
Here's the
not
thing, though.
Sasuke.
We can compare it with other anime and the rivalry dichotomy. With that, Naruto is winning a lot more of his fights than Sasuke.
Well, Derry, with that logic, would you say Vegeta is a fraud?
Yeah, Vegeta is
Yes.
the biggest fraud. I don't think it's fair to call Sasuke a fraud, especially the odds were literally stacked against him from the jump. I don't think he's
How?
a fraud. His very first fight in the arc, the odds were stacked against him. His second fight,
So it was for Naruto.
in the grand scheme of things, if we go fight by fight, arc by arc, Sasuke is not the biggest fraud by any means.
You saying arc by arc, but we've only said like the beginning.
I'm just saying.
of
I'm just
the
saying in
arcs.
general. I'm just saying in general. If we go fight by fight, arc by arc, he's not the biggest fraud here. So what's the verdict?
I think in terms of the word fraud, and biggest fraud of the Konoha 12, I can't agree.
But the original
think-
thing was
should we run
that
the whole
he only said in the beginning. He
should we
didn't
do a
say
poll?
throughout the whole series. He
We
said in
know.
the
We know
beginning.
through the Konoha 12 throughout the.
Yeah,
You
no.
know.
I feel like this is a two-part because how I'm looking at this is Sasuke is the biggest fraud as far as every member of the Konoha 12's expectation for that specific character. As far as overall, without putting expectation aside, I agree with what you're saying, Tone. He's not the biggest fraud just because of the circumstances he had to deal with compared to everybody else. But as far as expectations and comparing himself to his rival, in a sense, he is a fraud in a way. That's what I'm saying.
So when Sasuke
Because that's what the entire series is about. Sasuke and Naruto. Well, go ahead.
Right,
sorry.
but again, every battle Sasuke was been in part 1, he showed up and showed out. Aside from the Orochimaru thing, he still ended up fighting and he still ended up doing his very best. Like a lot of those people he lost to, you can't really say he moved like a fraud. And then he ended up beating the main character like that, and it's that's elite. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say he's the biggest fraud. I guess I can.
So I see exactly where you're going with this, and I guess my biggest issue with that claim that I made is how I'm looking at it statistically compared to analyzing each fight one by one and what he did. I'm looking at it in the sense of what did Naruto do? What did Sasuke do? He won this. He won that. I'm looking at it stat wise, looking at some NBA stats where you look at someone's stats during the entire season, and it's not necessarily indicative of how good of a player they are for that team. They could average 5 points a game, but they're one of the best defenders in the team. So it doesn't really match what you're saying.
In a way, I think Sasuke, he was a fraud because he started looking at Naruto basically.
What?
That's another good point.
I think, well, if we're going to factor...
Wait,
It was self-doubt. It was self-doubt. I know why he's going through it. He was beginning to have self-doubt because he was seeing Naruto grow so much and surpassing him throughout the series.
Do we know?
And he wasn't living up to what he was supposed to have been living up to.
That's why he left the village.
No.
Yes.
Let's be fair. The moment we are referring to is when it was really started when Naruto had that Rasengan.
No. It starts with the Gaara fight. It starts when he found out that Naruto beat Gaara. Okay. That's when it starts.
Wait. Real quick. Do we even know what fraud means? Because the way you're using it is not consistent with Sasuke's character at all.
I personally was gonna harp on the term. I forget Tone. He gonna harp on that definition.
Oh my God.
Right. I lose these, bro. I lose these.
Oh my God.
I'm waving the towel, bro. I'm throwing in the towel.
Go ahead, Wonder.
For your point of it started when Naruto beat Neji?
No, Gaara. That's when the self-doubt occurred. It started when Naruto beat Gaara.
If we are being honest about that, by this point, it was no longer a fair game. Sasuke was being trained by a Jonin Kakashi, while Naruto was being trained by a Sannin. I don't think it would be, I think Naruto's getting very clearly better training. As we see, when they both came back.
Look at what kind of training they were going through, though. Naruto was just learning how to control Kurama and how to do Rasengan. That's it.
No. Don't
Sasuke is learning a lot more than Naruto.
No, that wasn't just
nature.
it. That wasn't just it. Don't disrespect my goat.
No, you forget. No. You got to remember. Naruto learned a summoning jutsu, and that summoning jutsu is what won him.
He was still learning chakra control as well. He was still perfecting his shadow clones and Rasengan and all that.
When Sasuke looked during that fight and he was shocked, it was because Naruto was riding Gamma Bunta, a Sannin level summoning. You gotta remember that. That is a Sannin level creature, and Geni Naruto pulled that out, and it's right. Let's be real. Naruto's not beating Gaara without Gamma Bunta. He's losing. That's the only reason he won.
Absolutely. You're right. It doesn't negate the fact that Sasuke started to feel self-doubt after that fight.
Yeah,
watching Naruto do all that.
But he doesn't. He's not feeling self-doubt because I think I'm a fraud. That's far from what it was. It was more so I'm losing in this head-to-head competition. It's not that I feel like I'm a fraud because I'm losing someone.
Maybe
he's just becoming better than I am. That's making me feel a type of way.
That maybe self-doubt is the wrong term, but exactly what you just said. He was feeling some type of way and it was really bugging him a lot to where it ended up him making the decision to leave the village.
I think that was fair. I think considering the fact that Naruto had a Sannin teacher, I can't harp on Sasuke for going to get his own Sannin.
He wasn't looking at it that way,
again,
though. I see what you're saying.
Sasuke Sasuke got
True.
personalized training before Naruto did, correct? With Kakashi and learned the Shidori and whatnot.
No,
Yeah.
That is true.
No, they both had
Or they had
no,
the same time.
My main premise was that I was countering Derry's point when he was referencing the Gaara fight as when Sasuke kind of felt the self-doubt, quote unquote. And I was like, oh, by that point, it was no longer fair. Naruto just learned how to use a Sannin level creature.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'd be
And
mad.
he just beat somebody that he lost to too.
And he just beat somebody that he lost. Exactly. I'd be pissed off too.
Especially if I just told you in prelims you're one of the ones I want to fight the most, and then out here beating the people that I lose to.
So all in all,
Also, you guys in my chat, please follow Tone. Please, he's been grinding really hard.
Appreciate that, man.
He's really doing this thing on YouTube. Make sure y'all give him a follow on YouTube. Give him a sub. Twitch, follow him up.
I appreciate that, y'all. Are y'all willing to concede, or y'all feel like y'all want to put it to a poll?
We can put it to a poll, but I'm willing to
Put it
throw
to
in
a
a pile
poll.
because y'all made some very compelling points.
I think in this specific case, wording messed up the overall.
It's always
look,
wording. It's
It
always wording.
Or not even just wording, but context as well.
I think out of all of the people and their hypes, I don't think Sasuke lived up to his expected hype. Of which I'll be like, you know what? I can't fully disagree with that.
Especially compared to his rival.
I still can. I can't confidently say he's a fraud. What he knew and like what he became, especially by the end of part 1, he was elite, bro. Naruto lost to Lee. Technically, Naruto lost to Lee too. There was nobody beating Lee aside from maybe Gaara and Neji. And I think Lee would have pieced up Neji.
100%.
So
I can agree.
I think it was literally Gaara,
yeah.
Lee, Sasuke. If I'm keeping it